2025. Welcome to the February 10, 2025 meeting of the Subcommittee, Land Use Subcommittee of the East Richmond Heights Municipal Advisory Council. So going to the agenda, the roll call, Jinwei.
Here. Oh.
And myself, Joanne Pavlinek, present. Are there, do we want to do introductions? Maybe you might want to tell me which application you're here for. I see three faces and I think we have three applications. So
two of us are for the same application. Myself and Greg are for
and that's for the one on
Del Monte.
yes. And who else is here?
Greg,
and you're and I don't see your name. I just see a number. Your name and which application are you here for?
I'm John Jordan, and I am the third application.
Okay, well, we don't have anyone for the first application. Is that correct, Ronnie? Oh, maybe there's somebody.
I was
not getting any audio.
Get this working, but I think I got it working now.
Okay.
yeah.
And hi, Renee, is that right?
That is
I
me.
got audio.
Yep.
The speaker,
Okay.
the speaker's on. The camera's on.
We hear you.
All right, I'll
Greg.
just listen to you. Just leave it on.
Okay.
All right.
So Renee,
Yeah,
you are
sounds
here
like
for
it.
the
Here,
first
turn it up.
application
Yep, for the High Line down.
on 140, let's see, on 6319 Highland Avenue. Okay, so everybody's here, so let's go in order. I was going to try and rearrange it if some of the applicants weren't here. So the first item on our agenda is for CDVR 24-01032. And if I pull that up, the applicant requests approval of a variance to allow an as-built third story where 2.5 stories are the max for the construction of a concrete slab in an unconditioned basement space. Okay, Ronnie, could you pull up the application so we can look at it?
Yeah, I'm attempting to now. It's a very large file, and so it's just running at a snail's pace.
Okay, so the applicant, Renee, maybe do you want to present your application while we're waiting to get the photos up?
Sure. Well, how exactly do you want me to present it? Just describe what?
Describe it, tell us what you're planning on doing, why you're doing this, why you need the variance.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna need the variance because so the garage that's not really a floor level is or is not considered a floor level. They actually had a washout of soil because the garage is half slab and the other half was crawl space. And the soil basically got washed out, and now the foundation is kind of exposed. And we're basically looking to do an extension of the foundation and, put a new footing and all that, and basically seal that corner up.
So the garage is in the front of your property, if I remember the drawings correctly.
Yes.
And that has a slab on it? The garage has a slab floor?
Yes.
But as you go to the back, it's a half story? I'm not sure, I'm not clear on that.
So basically, when you go into the garage, it's a slab, and then you have some posts supporting the floor joist towards the left side, and it's like a dirt area on the left side. And basically, the foundation on that side, is a typical like 18-inch foundation, and there's water issues and basically just washed out the soil a bit, and yeah.
So is it going to remain unconditioned space? Or is it going to be finished space or livable space?
No, it's going to be unconditioned because it's basically just going to be storage at that point. We're really just trying to seal that side up.
And are you raising the house at all, any amount?
No.
Okay. Jinwei, do you have any questions or comments?
So this is a repair of the existing foundation part of it, or it's just you want to add additional space there?
Yeah, so it's a repair. Yeah, the additional space is going to be just because we have to extend the foundation down, or else, this would not, this job would not be taking part.
So you said it was it was a half story now. The garage is a full story, correct? The garage space?
Well, what's considered a full story?
Oh, I don't know. Jinwei, do you know the exact answer to that? Somewhere around 7.6.
7 foot 6.
Yeah,
Consider
that's what I thought.
sorry. Clear space. Mhm.
Yeah. Well, basically the whole car fits in there, so yeah.
And then what is the space in the back where you're putting the slab? How tall is that?
Uh, in the back, there's gonna be no slab. Oh, in the back. So basically, there's some water intrusion along. Yeah, I remember what part. So along the back, there's some water intrusion, and basically, we're just looking to make that more storage at that point because we're already extending the foundation down at that level.
How
More.
far down will you be digging?
So the digging at this point is really just the footing because of how much soil has washed out.
So I guess what I'm trying to understand, is it also going to be the same height as the garage?
Yes.
So it'll be full height space then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're digging down all the way to. You're gonna dig down a lot to add the like a full storage space at the house, right?
Yeah, so at this point, the only digging that will be done, more or less, will be the footing on that space, and a little bit towards the back. It's about, I would say, maybe like 2 feet or so of dirt from
Okay.
the garage slab level.
Okay, just okay. Oh, okay, I understand now. So the reason you come to our meeting because the city require you to be here, and because you are actually adding the third story. That's what they consider, right?
Yeah, apparently they're only allowed 2.5 stories, and
Mhm.
once they dig this out, they will have a 3-story structure instead of a 2.5, is my understanding from what the words on the paper say. But I don't know where the drawings are, so, and
Because there's now that's only kind of a couple detail. That's not like plans or elevations. So that possible we can have a plans and elevations.
The elevations, we can get some plans going with elevations.
you know
Yeah,
what, I did look at it, but I didn't, oh, here we go. Great.
Yeah. All sections.
I think go up, Ronnie.
It's also, I put the link in the chat just in case you aren't able to, if you want to look at that on your end also. So which
Okay, let's start there. So, Renee, would you want to explain the hatched area is where the garage is? Where is the area where you're adding the slab and space on
So,
this view?
on this view, do you see where it says driveway?
Yes.
And then there's a box that's kind of slotted out. That's like the house, yeah, right there. That whole
Okay.
area. Half of that on the right side, oh, basically where the driveway's at, that's all slab currently, and the other half is soil. With some,
Okay.
and there is some concrete stairs that go up to the inside of the house, the second story.
Where are the stairs?
More or less, right in the middle.
Okay. Shall we go down to the next drawing? Jinwei, do you have any more?
Yeah.
questions on this
I don't have
drawing?
a question. I
Oh,
just,
there, you can see the stairs right there.
Okay. Okay, so I see the garage. And then are you adding, okay, so this is okay, the garage. And what's only half of this is a garage, is that correct?
So yeah, there's concrete where it says the garage area, and then on the other side of the posts is basically just soil.
Oh, okay. And that's where you're adding the concrete?
Yeah.
And what about what about the area to the right of the garage and the slatched area? What is that area?
So that area is currently soil as well. It's about 2 feet above the garage slab.
And there's no work in that area.
So yeah, there is work. There's going to be concrete on the right side of the steps as well.
Okay. Okay. Jinwei, do you have any questions on this sheet?
yeah, I do have a question. So everything has this kind of a shaded area, the area you're gonna do some work, and everywhere which is white is somewhere shows like there's no work to be done, right? Just
No,
want
but
to-
he said, oh, could you point to that area, Ronnie? To the right, no, all the way to the right, that outline of that section right there. I'm not sure if there's going to be work done here or not. That's right, exactly where you outlined.
Yeah, I just try to understand that.
Yeah, so the work is only going to be where the area where you have the shades going through it. So it's not going to be on the white area on the right side. So basically wherever you see the lines going across, the shading, that's where the slab will go.
Okay,
Okay.
so was there no foundation there before? I'm a little unclear on that.
So the foundation sat like when you're standing in the garage, the foundation, the exterior foundation kind of sits about 5 feet from the garage slab elevation. But because there's been a water intrusion, a lot of that soil has been washed out. So then once we, in these plans, it says we're going to be extending the foundation down and adding a slab to it.
Okay,
Okay, I got it.
okay, well, should we look at the next sheet now?
Yeah, those are just the details.
Oh, that says it's going to be 8 feet. It looks like to me. So it's going to be full height there on drawing 1.
Yeah, they're gonna dig 4 foot there, right? My understanding that is 4 foot plus plus the thickness of a slab and whatever underneath it. So they're gonna at least dig 6 foot before they can make this happen.
But you see where it's, Ronnie, can you point to where it says 8 feet there, that right, over to the right? The height is right. It's on the left side of drawing number 1.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Do you have, should we go to the next sheet, Jinwei?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. And then these are more details. Okay.
Mhm.
So essentially, you're not adding to the height of the house at all. You're just digging down and adding space to the left half of the garage
Correct.
and fixing okay, and unconditioned space. Okay. Jinwei, do you have any more questions?
No, I don't. But I think they do need some engineering calculation, but that is up to the county. Yeah.
Yeah, so do we want to make a motion?
Yeah.
Do we need to say anything about this? Do we need any conditions or anything that you can see or recommendations for conditions?
I'm good with it. Mhm.
Okay, I am too. So maybe if you just make a recommendation.
Yeah, let's just make a recommendation of approval.
Okay, I second. And so we're both in favor. So
Yeah.
we will send a recommendation of approval to the county. So thank you for your time and explaining everything to us. We appreciate it.
All righty, you guys have a good one.
You too.
Okay, you too.
All right,
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye.
All right. So moving on to the next item is packet CDVR 24-01046. And let's see, this is, believe we've looked at this before.
Yeah.
This is the applicant requests of a variance and a small lot design review to allow for an 8-foot to 8.5-inch secondary frontage and public road setback, where 15 foot is the minimum and 10 the minimum to the public road, for the construction of a second-story addition and house remodel. The existing residence is currently encroaching onto the secondary frontage. This is at 2758 Del Monte. Okay. So the applicant is here, two representatives.
Yes.
Do we want to go to the pictures, Ronnie, and maybe the applicants can walk us through what they've changed since last time?
Yeah, that's the existing structures there on the first page. And
Hey, Rob, go back to the first page and hi, this is Greg. I want
Hi.
to point out that you can see how close the stairwell and that in the application, it clearly posts at the 8.5. They're calling this the front of the house. And I want to make it really clear that we're abandoning this approach to the dwelling. And we're introducing a northern approach. So I just want to make that really clear, because that approach isn't safe, and we cannot make a set of safe stairs to meet today's requirements to meet that approach and staying within the secondary variance.
So the stairs will be to the left.
Yeah,
Well,
they'll be, actually, look at the left picture. They'll be in the going, well, we'll see later on, but
Okay.
the approach will be to the left side in the middle of or to the left side of the house on the upper hill, so that we can create a proper egress to a proper entrance to the unit, to the facility.
Okay, so let's look at the next one, unless you have any questions, Chinwei.
so that
No,
is clear. It is clear to you where the entrance is now.
I think I need to look at the plan, where it is now, yes, I think I need to
Okay,
look
so
at
you
the
can
plan to
see the
see
brick
post.
there above the stairs or at the stair landing.
Yes,
Rightmost photograph. Okay, yeah, so that's going away.
right.
So we're actually adding more space to the front of the house, or to the existing front now. Okay, you can scroll down again. And this is just showing what the setbacks are and you know the as-built and the proposal.
And the bump outs are notched to the ground, or are they like bays, or do they go all the way to the ground?
The bump outs will go not all the way to the ground. No, they'll be bumped out at the floor level.
Okay. And the stairs are gone on these.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, you see where the pink is on this page? That's the
Yes.
proposed bump outs.
And that's where the larger one is where the stairs were.
Yes.
Okay. And these are existing.
You can see the stairs quite clearly in the south view on the right, and also on the west.
Yes.
And that just don't mean it's anything, nothing, there's nothing good about those steps.
Okay, I think we can move on.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a good comparison of the existing compared to the proposed.
we are gonna leave the lower foundation, just gonna make a planter box out of it because it's very low. It only sticks up about maybe 18 inches from the ground. So we'll just line it and make a planter box out of it rather than.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So one of the issues you asked about last time was a topo map, and this shows the topo guidelines.
Okay, I'm still not clear where the entry is on this.
Where the entry, lower
Entry,
proposed
oh,
main floor to the left where it says entry.
yeah, it's just a door. So let's go back up to the three-dimensional one.
Yes.
Yeah.
See the door there on the left of the deck?
And what's the path from the sidewalk to the entry?
Yes, it's actually gonna be it's only gonna be like, I'm guessing 30 inches difference, 40 inches, if that, from the walk. From the sidewalk.
And is there a walkway or do you walk on?
We
dirt?
There's a
have,
walk-
we have to make, well, there's a sidewalk in front of that stone, or in front of the brick or the block wall. But we have to construct that sidewalk.
Pathway.
Yeah, we have to construct the pathway, but it's gonna be fairly easy to do. I'll probably get a small piece of equipment and just form the dirt around there and stuff, and actually it'll look quite nice in a way. It'll be a very nice, I think it'll be a very nice entrance. I think it's gonna look really cool. Plus, you know, you get out of your car and walk right up there, and there's going to be maximum of 3 steps to get into the first floor of the house. Which
The-
are,
On the north side.
Yes.
yes,
And the block wall there is an existing block wall. We're not building that block wall
Right.
there. It's been there. So yeah, we will just walk up from the street, which is the level where the brown is on the north side. We'll just walk in from the street on a path up to that deck and front door.
Okay,
I
and
think
I
you see the topo follows the line, you know, it follows the,
right. So I'm still not clear. Is that going to be a stone pathway? Is it going to be a concrete pathway?
well, you know, we have to have some latitude. I mean, I could do flagstone, I could do.
Well, I'm just wondering, is it going to be dirt? I'm just curious because I don't
It's
see
gonna be a
anything there.
solid surface. It will be a solid surface, either concrete, pavers.
Okay, got it. That's all I need to know. That's all I was asking because I
It's
don't see
showing
anything there.
flagstone in it now, because I have a lot of flagstone at home here that I put in.
Okay,
But I don't think flagstone is really good for really an entrance as far as for the elderly or anybody. I think I'd rather have something a little flatter, but I just showed it. That's gonna be a
So-
hard surface.
Joanne, you don't see the gray pathway that is heading toward the front entry on the left side of the drawing there?
oh, I guess I do a little bit, and I guess I'm missing it because a stone wall is blocking it.
Yeah, the stone wall's the same color, but yeah, it's
Okay, I see it
That's-
now.
that's where it's going in.
Okay, I got it, because it was little, it's just confusing with the
Yeah.
retaining wall there and then another stone wall.
Yeah.
Okay, I see it.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can see the north entrance, there's an existing concrete slab there. We're gonna extend that out to meet the 2 steps going up to the future deck. And then the entrance will be flush.
Okay,
Again, you can see the door, you know, that's a variance. If you want to go back up to that slide, please. The variance measurements showing from the base of the foundation to meet the less than 35 feet requirement for the secondary unit on a second floor. To meet, and then you can see that we're meeting it as a split level. meaning at the peak of the roof, where that's at the base of the bond beam in the garage, under the garage floor. So, I mean, that's what Everett suggested we do. So I showed that in this drawing.
So you said a secondary. Are there 2 units here?
No,
No, okay, you said secondary unit. You confused me. I thought there was 1 unit, but you said.
No, we don't want a secondary unit.
Yeah, okay. You said secondary. That's why I was just,
No, actually, it's really not in our best interest. We just hired an engineer, and we're gonna have to put a grade beam through the axis of the house to support the upper floor,
Ooh.
so it's not really applicable for this kind of structure. We need to have all our concrete in place and not be digging stuff out in the existing foundation.
okay. Jinwei, are you ready to move to the next?
Yeah,
Okay.
I am pretty clear about it.
Okay. Any questions on these? I think we can keep on moving. And this is stucco, is that what you're doing?
it's going to be hardy panel siding.
Oh, you'll go down, you'll see that there's a pretty good detail right there of what we're gonna do.
Oh, great.
So it'll be hardy panel flush with the trim around the windows. Then
Great.
put that on first and then use the moldings that they provide. And then of course you see T-vac and the usual. We're having to use structural plywood to keep the integrity. We're gonna pass those joints past the sink and the floors. They're gonna be past that for structural integrity. So anyway,
Okay,
I think it's gonna be a pretty solid. I've done the same thing at my house here. We had the earthquake. I didn't even hear it. So
okay. Okay, next drawing.
I think that's it, isn't it?
That's it, okay.
Yeah.
Jinwei, do you have any questions or comments or points for discussion?
No, I think I'm pretty clear. I think this is coming a long way from the last time.
Yeah, I think so too. I only have one question to discuss with you, Jinwei, and that's the under area of the porch in the front, if that needs screening or not. How tall is that space under the porch?
on the deck, we
On the entry deck?
didn't show it, but we plan on screening it anyway because we're gonna put vines on it. And we're gardeners, and we're not gonna leave that open.
Okay, great. That's something, we always look at when there's space like that, because your design review it, and you know that, that's great.
Mhm.
So you're,
I do have one question. So on your elevation, just the garage, like a west-facing elevation. So one side seems like there were brick facing the sidewalk, and were those brick existing? And on another side is kind of a concrete block wall. So that I was just curious the decision on these 2 different material that you picked.
I'm sorry, what was that again?
So if you look at your elevation,
Uh-huh.
the west elevation, so one side of the garage door, you have like a brick wall, and on
Yeah.
another side you have this concrete block wall. Is that what you're planning to do?
The concrete wall is existing and we're leaving it as it's a
Okay.
concrete block.
Okay.
That will stay as is. And actually the retaining wall on the right side is existing as well.
Okay. Okay. So they just existing with 2 separate material. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, there's also a retaining wall on the west side of the garage. That is retaining wall for, of course, that side of the house because it goes up, and we're not messing with any walls and creating any more retaining walls.
Okay. Okay. And understood.
okay. So if you don't have anything else, Jinwei?
No.
Okay, so I'll make the motion on this to approve it. And I am going to make a note to the planner that the area under the front porch will be screened. just because it's not on the drawings.
Okay.
You said you're going to do it. I just want to make sure that they know that we looked at that and we're recommending it.
Okay.
As a courtesy, I'll send you a drawing that's showing it when I redo the drawings for planning.
Okay.
Okay.
We don't need that. I mean, I appreciate that, but I trust you'll do it. And if it's in the notes, the planner will take care of it. And I don't think it will cause you any problems. It's just a note to the planner.
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, then motion passes unanimously. Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you for making all those changes.
All
I think you got a lot further on your project.
right.
Yeah,
Excellent.
thank you. It's been a real experience, so.
Well,
I'm
we'll
looking
look forward,
forward to this project to be finished too.
All right.
we'll look
Thanks so
forward to
very much.
seeing it. Thank you.
Very much.
Bye.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Okay, one more. And the final application is, great, this is at, what is the address on this? 6151 Park Avenue. Approval of a land use permit with a small lot design review for the legalization of an existing second residence, approximately 1,285 square feet in size on an agricultural lot that is substandard in size for the A2 zoning district. Well, what is the size of the lot? Do we know?
4 acres.
And what's an A2 in general? Do you know?
I believe it's 5, but I'm
Okay.
not sure. Don't hold
No,
me to
okay,
that.
no, I'm not going to hold. Okay. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your project? Thank you.
Yes, it's a little curious. I've been there 24 years. No substantial construction has happened there for 74 years. In 1930, the 30s or the early 40s, it's not clear, there was a cottage built there. And in 1951, there was a house with a kind of outbuilding, which is another little kind of, basically it's 2 cottages plus a full-size house. And that all went in, the thing from the 30s, there appear to be no permits, but the assessors have a record of the house built in 1951, and included in that is a photograph of the outbuilding, which is the other cottage, which was not called out in the permit stuff that we saw, but they have pictures of it, so it was clearly there. So what happened was that it was recommended to me that I replace the electrical service on the cottage. Oh, the permit history, there's basically been no construction except we put in solar and we replaced the electrical service on the main house. 2 separate things occurred at different points over the last few years. And when I applied for this permit to replace the electrical service on the cottage, the county came back and said, well, you didn't get planning approval for this, so you can't do anything. So I said, okay, and I've been, going through the process with them, and I'm actually waiting for an update because they want me to apply for a permit for the 3rd unit, but I don't know which one they're considering the 3rd unit. So this process is kind of in process, but
Well,
there's
I'm confused. You said there's a house and a cottage. What's the 3rd unit?
Well, there's a cottage that was built when the house was built in 51, and there's an older unit that was built in, I think, the 30s, but possibly the early 40s. And there
Okay, so-
doesn't seem to be anything in the county records for that one, but the 2 structures from 1951, the permit's kind of sketchy, but there is a permit, and it does also identify the cottage, the 3rd unit. There's a photograph of it. It looks kind of like a 3rd unit. It looks like it does now. But I don't think there's any issue about when those were built or what they are or anything. As far as I can tell from talking to the county, there's no issue about that. So what basically I'm applying for is a permit to upgrade the electrical service on one of the cottages. But this planning thing never came up when I did the last 2, things. I did the solar and I did the other electrical service. But this time, I guess somebody noticed, that I didn't know they did planning applications in 1951 when it was built, but apparently somebody was supposed to do that. So
Well,
I'm sorry if I sound a little confused, but the whole thing has been kind of confusing.
Well, what we're seeing is this is a cottage that's 1,285 square feet that needs approval. So can you tell which one it is by the size?
Yeah, that would be the what I think of as the big house. It's not big by current standards, but it's, bigger than the cottages. The cottages are both like 600 to 800 square feet.
Well, this is, okay, we can keep going. Is that it? Okay, so there's
there
the
we go.
main house that, okay, so let's look at this one.
Okay, the thing on the right, the biggest rectangle is the main house.
Right.
And then the little rectangles up on the hill are the solar panels. And then down, farther down to the left, there's building 1 and building 2, or building A and B. I can't actually read this. And those are what I call the cottages. Yeah,
But the main house is actually 1,285 square feet.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's bigger with the garage, but I don't think they counted the garage.
how big are the two smaller buildings?
Oh, they're like 600 to 800 square feet.
Okay, so I think it sounds like there's some confusion as to what you understand, what we have, and because what we're looking at on this application summary is a second residence of 1,285 square feet.
Well, I'm not proposing to build anything at all. I have not built anything at all since I've been there. I don't think anything's been built at all in the last 70
Well,
years.
sometimes it's legalization is what it is. It's already built. They say it's legalization of an
Yeah.
existing.
Okay. So,
And that we're supposed to do design review, a small lot design review. So do we
okay.
have any drawings?
Well, I'm working on the drawings, but I'm waiting for feedback from them. They sent me, I did, floor plans and elevate, and I guess I didn't do, they're asking for elevations, but I'm asking them to designate which building they're wanting me to apply for the permit for, and they're going to get back to me on that. That's where we are on the process.
Okay, well, if we're going to do design review, which is what we're charged to do based on the application, we need elevation. So in my way, I just feel like there seems to be some confusion. I think we need to continue this until we resolve the issues.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you on. I'm not quite exact sure what we are reviewing, so maybe we could wait until the county figure out that, then we can have elevation. But if it's existing already grandfathered in, and why are we doing this?
Well, we're not sure it's grandfathered in. It doesn't say anything about that in the application.
Mm-hmm.
Case that it's not
They have not told me that it's grandfathered in. This has never
Mhm.
come up until just now, but
Mm-hmm.
where we're at now is I'm waiting for them to give me a little more information about,
Mm-hmm.
which building is being talked about for which thing, and then I was planning to get that information from them and then do elevations of one
Okay.
structure or all three or whatever. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we would need as you go forward is elevations for the building that is being legalized. So because it's design review for a small lot. So I think we just need to continue this to another meeting, and hopefully you can get some information and figure out what they want and come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Okay.
Okay.
I will
So
work on that.
motion to continue, Junwei.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so that's what we'll send to the planner, and we'll let the planner know that there was some uncertainty as to the appropriate building, and
Yes.
we didn't have any elevations.
Okay, but do
Yeah.
you see anything missing other than elevations that you might want? As long as I'm doing this anyway?
Well, I normally they probably will want a site plan to see what's going on the site, where the road are, the building are, the pathway, the trees, stuff like that. So normally the county will ask for that. But
Yeah.
I just but I'm not the one in the place to
Okay,
require
well,
anything.
I'll
But I
clarify
just
that with them.
yeah, I just want to let you know that it might be something they will
Okay,
ask besides the elevation.
okay, cool. And
Mhm.
the setbacks, they're all at least 100 feet from the lot line, so.
Yeah,
I-
you're probably not gonna have any problem with it.
Yeah, I'll
with that.
do whatever
Yeah.
they want, but I think we're good on that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for coming to the meeting,
Well, thank
Mhm.
you.
and we'll see you again soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
Okay, so Janeway,
Okay,
I think,
so
is it my turn to I'll send the comments to the planners?
okay. It's this is simple, just one comment for one project. The other,
Right, and then
yeah,
approve, yeah, it's pretty
yeah,
simple.
pretty simple. Okay, sounds good. And I will see you next meeting.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
thank you all.
okay. Anything, Ronnie, for us? Anything?
Well, a few things. I have been reviewing just the Brown Act, and we did get some communication from the clerk of the board in regard to telecommuting, I guess the term is, for, I guess, layman's term, zooming in. There needs to be an actual physical location alongside the option to Zoom. And so, and also I believe all like members of the MAX and the subcommittees, they are limited to about 1 or 2 meetings that are remote. And so for any meetings after that, you have to be here in person. And so I'll send some more communication to all the MAC members in that regard. But yeah, I did, Supervisor Joy made me aware that these aren't really considered meetings, essentially.
So
So
the
from now on, we'll be meeting in the office from now on for these meetings?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that
Yeah,
makes
'cause
it easy.
if we want to do how we've been doing it before, you have to list the location that you're zooming in from. I'm pretty sure you don't want your physical locations listed on the agendas for the public to know. So,
Oh, so I guess I do have because my new granddaughter up in Seattle, we go up every couple of months.
yeah.
And I've been trying to wiggle it around the meetings, but my husband has all this stuff going on too with music. So between the two of us, it's not always easy to do and to wiggle it around.
Yeah,
Not-
exactly, because this Zoom meeting makes things much easier.
yeah.
And I almost thinking, if I have to be like in a MAC meeting for 12 times a year, that's almost impossible for me between work, kids, and work trips. That's almost impossible. I think this London youth meeting, we just try to get those improved as soon as possible. I mean, they probably don't really want to come in person, neither we do. But this Brown Act probably should be updated based on current technology. That's just my opinion.
Oh, man, you can.
Yeah, really,
We
really,
need
this
an
is
expediter to do
stupid. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's yeah. I mean, I agree. It's not really conducive to the 21st century.
Yeah.
So,
But
I guess, and it's worked out except for that time I was up in Seattle and they had the bomb cyclone.
yeah,
And there was no power whatsoever. I couldn't do it.
But
So,
I do have a lot of commitment in life. I have a young kids at home, and a lot of time it's well, I will try my best to be
yeah,
there in person, but it's very hard. It's really
yeah.
hard. I just want you to know that.
Yeah. No, I mean, same with me. Like I'm biking home and I have 2 little ones that are in aftercare that I have to get by
Uh,
6. It's a little tricky to, coordinate everybody's schedules, but yeah, I'll follow back up with the clerk of the board to see if how we can think through updating. I know updating the entire Brown Act is a little bit of a unrealistic expectation, but I can,
I know. Just to say how we can make this easier for everybody's
yeah,
life in the
yeah,
modern century, in this century. with this new
Yes.
technology. And
Yeah.
I will try my best to
Yeah.
accommodate that. It's just with work trips and everything, and can post that probably sometimes pick up the phone on my car, and
Mhm.
how do I give you a address on that?
Yeah.
This just become something.
I guess I would like two questions answered, and that is, how many meetings are we legally allowed to miss per year?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 2, but
Two.
yeah.
2 out of 12?
Is it 2 out of 12?
Yeah, 'cause I think in Richmond you can miss 3, but maybe not. So,
Yeah, I'll have to double back, but the most recent communication they sent over to our office stated 2. But I'll send all this information out to the MAC so that everybody's aware.
and then if I am in Seattle, is that legal or not? I don't know, to Zoom.
Yeah, I mean, my understanding is as long as you have your physical location listed, because it has to tie into allowing the public to be.
Stop by.
Yeah, essentially. So, yeah, but I'll double back with the clerk of the board just to make sure that we have all of our bearings straight going forward, and everybody's clear on the same page.
And can I've been on the board for what, 5 more years or so? Can I average those out? No. That's a joke. Because I hardly missed any meetings.
That's awesome. Yeah, but yeah, so I'll double back and make sure that I send that communication out before next week's MAC meeting.
Yeah,
Oh, we
so
have a meeting next week? Wow.
Yes.
well, no, next week is the school break. Oh my God, no, yeah.
I know it's ski week for me and my kids also, so
Yeah, I want to
they'll
be here.
probably be
There's no
joining
way
me
I'll be here
the
in
meeting.
person. There's no way I'll be here in person.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. If I am not here, but I dying, but I gave them a physical location,
Mhm.
like a pinpoint of my location, or if I'm traveling, I give the hotel location, and how that work.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really weird thing that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. But
Yeah.
they sent like a whole memo that to all the board supervisors' offices. So I'll send that out to you.
Yeah. Yeah, because I probably will definitely attend more than 2 Zoom meetings per year if I stay on the board. Otherwise, I just have to withdraw, and I just not possible to make 10 meeting in person per year with and plus the land use meetings that will be a lot more, and that's just impossible
Mhm.
with the life.
Yes, family, kids,
Yeah.
work, all the things. So yeah.
Yeah, family kids, mainly just the kids and the work, and this is just too much, and my work requires travel. So, and I don't even know where I will be next Wednesday, that kind of thing. So,
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely send something out before the end of the week, just so that everybody has enough time to review it and then, ask questions. We can, kind of triangulate our efforts with the clerk of the board.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's it?